Hey dancers, are you wondering why your hip flexors are still tight? No matter what you do, no matter how much you stretch, no matter how much you roll out, those dang hip flexors are always tight. I feel ya. And I want to talk about a few things that might be driving that hip flexor tightness, the feeling of tightness, and maybe somewhere else that it could be coming from. So first off, most of the time, and I know this might be like, what? But most of the time when you feel tightness in your hips and it doesn't go away or stay away, it could be coming from somewhere else. Could be coming from the back, could be coming from other muscles not doing their jobs like the glutes. It could be coming from stability issues down the chain. But most of the time, I can eliminate that discomfort or tightness in the hip flexors without stretching a dancer. Kind of crazy, but it's great. It really does work. Now, second, if we're looking at things that are driving the hip flexor tightness, that feeling of tightness in the front of the hip, the number one culprit that I see is when we try to tuck the pelvis. Now, it doesn't have to be a big tuck. I think a lot of dancers say, well, I don't tuck because I know I'm not doing this. I'm not that extreme. But the moment that you try to change your posture too much from your hips, we want to find our natural, neutral hip position. But the moment that you make even a tiny bit of this tuck happen, your hip flexors will grip. Ugh. And when that happens, let me say it like this. When you figure out how to find your standing alignment from your upper body, not from your pelvis changing, when you find this freedom that this provides and you feel how open and free and lifted your hip flexors are, like your teachers are asking for, you're like, oh my gosh, when I tuck my hips, all I feel is gripping and pinching, and it feels like all I'm using is my hip flexors to lift my legs. I know. So all those times that your teachers are telling you, don't let your hip flexors grip, don't lift from your hip flexors, most of the time, if you line your body up from the upper body instead of here, we're going to change that feeling of tightness in the hips. Now, when we go a little bit further, we said that sometimes that tightness can be coming from other areas. Most of the time, some good torso stabilization and stiffness can assist us to lessen or get rid of that feeling of tightness in the hip flexor. I say the feeling of tightness because, again, it's not always the actual hip flexor that's tight or shortened. It's other things that may be sending signals, providing different feedback that make you feel like this is the issue. So again, if you have been stretching, if you've been rolling out, if you've been massaging, if you've been balling, rolling, if you've been pounding on your hip, most likely you're still doing that because it's not sticking or working. If it's not sticking or working, I want you to subscribe to this channel. I want you to go look for other videos on flexibility, on extensions, and posture. These are all videos that are going to help you find your alignment and lessen this feeling in your hip flexor. You can always find me at alignfitnessbyallie.com. I'm on Instagram at the same handle. I'm happy to assist however I can. I specialize in dancers. That's all I work with. My goal is to provide you guys with pain relief, exercises that can help you be a stronger, more technical dancer, and of course, injury prevention and strength. So come find me. Let me know you found me here, and make sure you subscribe to get more videos on your hip flexors, back, exercises, balance, all the things.